Hey, this video is the Math of Strength. Welcome back to Grit Gym. I'm Adam Reese, and if you're interested in learning more about what we're going to talk about here today and how it applies to your individual circumstance, go to gritgym.com/SS and get signed up for a strategy session with us so that we can sit down with you and talk about how you need to build the strategy and the plan to get to where you want to go. Because we need to know where we've been, we need to know where we are, we need to know where we want to go to make that plan. Today we're going over the 5x5, how to get from the conversion from your front squat to your split squat, which is outrageously simple once we get into it, but it's going to sound complicated as we're going through it. But where is my marker? All right, so for a 5x5, 5x5 is going to be, or I actually wrote this out wrong because we're going to do a 4x5, and we're going to just call our first set our warm-up set. So we're going to do a 4x5 with a warm-up set, and we're going to go from front squat to split squat, and we would do this different with the deadlift. So if you're interested, definitely go to gritgym.com, sign up for a strategy session. We show you how to do this with a deadlift. But from a front squat to a split squat, you would think that we can go, that it would be about 50%, right? That if you can do a 200-pound front squat, that you would end up with a 100-pound split squat. Split squat is where we're on one foot, like our one foot's forward, one foot's back. We come down, tickle the ground with the knee and pop back up. Hey, man, I haven't seen you on here in a while. Hey, comment below. Tell me how you've been. All right, so from front squat to split squat, you would think that it's 100 pounds. You know, a 200-pound front squat with both legs on the ground, and then you split the stance with one leg on the ground. You would think that that would add up to a 100-pound split squat. Now, the thing is that apparently that is not the case. When we actually do the research on this and we figure out what's going on there, we can do a lot more on one leg than we can on two. For instance, a person that can do 300 pounds on one leg probably isn't going to be able to do 600 pounds with both legs down into a front squat position. So it's actually going to be about 70%. So instead of being, there we go. Instead of being 200 pounds, we're actually going to be at 140, okay? Because it's actually going to be it's going to be about 70% of your one rep max. That's the interesting thing, and that's the power of going to a single leg squat. All right, so since we've gone last week, let's say, what would that be? So you had a 200 pound for 7 reps. See, let's say you did 165. Let's say you did, I'm going to move this a little bit so you guys can see. No, it was better before, wasn't it? All right, but so we did a 165 for 7 reps, let's say. It's because I did it wrong. Yeah, 165 for 7 reps is about a 200-pound one rep max. So last month we went through a 4-week program, and we were doing front squats, and we were doing, let's say we're doing a 4 sets of 5, and we were doing front squats. Front squats, we're going to end up at about 86% on our last one, and we're going to do a 3+. Right, so that's what we did, and we ended up, instead of getting 5 reps, we got 7 reps. So now, before our one rep max was, about 187, and now it's jumped up 13 pounds to 200 because we could do 2 extra reps in there. Do you see how we're quantifying this kind of a little bit here? Because we know that your 1 rep max is 100. We know that your 3 rep max is about 94. We know your 5 rep max is about 88%. We know your 10 rep max is about 73%. So we can get some numbers on people here so we can actually figure out, we can plan this stuff out. All right, so we know that we went from the front squat, we found out that it's a 200-pound 1 rep max. So now we can use that to convert to, we know that it's about 70%, so we can go to a 140-pound split squat. And now we can plan out what our new 4x5 will be, and it's 4x5 on each leg. So we know that with a 140-pound split squat, and we're looking to get to improve upon the final set of week 4, which is at 86%. We want to be just a little bit below what we think that we can do so that we can outdo our old numbers, because we want to use a repetition max, not a true 1 rep max, because repetition max are more safe. All right, so now we've got to plan this out. We have 4 sets of 5, or we have 4 sets, 5 repetitions on each leg. What do we need to do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4? We've got to have a system for how to plan this out, okay? And that's what we do at Grit Gym. We figure out the math that we can use so that when we get to the final set on week 4, we didn't burn out in week 1, week 2, or week 3. We actually planned this out to coax the gain along so that we could benefit fully on week 4 in that final set. So what I think you need to do should work backwards. Okay, so we've got 4 sets here. We've got set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. Okay, set 1 we're calling a warm-up set. Or we're calling our warm-up set here, and then we're calling these our working sets. We know that a set of 5 is about 88% of your 1 rep max. So if it's 88% of your 1 rep max, we want to be a little bit below that. So we're going to end up on week 4 at 86% of our 1 rep max. So our 1 rep max, we decided, was 140 pounds. And so we come over and we do the calculation. 140, 86%, 120. So we know that we want to be about 86, 80, 81, 77, and then 71. I think I got that right, just off the top of my head. I'm going by, yeah. So we want to be, so if we're working the math here, we want to end up at 86. So we're 86, 81, 76, 66. And then we're 81, 81 because we're doing a set, 2 sets of, we're doing straight sets at the end for squats. That doesn't work with deadlifts very well, but it works very well with squats. So we're going, so we're going 81, 81, 76, 66, and then we're going 76, 76, 71, 61, 76, 76, 71, 71. All right, so that gives us an idea of what the numbers that we're going to hit. Now at the beginning here, we're not going to get anywhere close to 140, and you'll see that here in a little bit. You're not going to even get close. You're going to stay away from that, and there's a reason for it. You want it to feel light for week 1 and 2. You want to feel moderately heavy for week 3 so that our body gets accustomed to the idea of load, and so that it trusts you a little bit more to push forward and give you all the ump on that 4th set of week 4. Okay, that's like the whole answer. That's the whole show right there. That's what everybody screws up on week 4. They don't screw up on week 4. They screw up on week 1, and then they completely torch themselves for week 4. Because what everybody does is they try to plan past what they're capable of doing. They think, oh, I can do 140 pounds for 1 rep max. Well, I better do like 135, 155, 165, 175. That'll be good. But you can only do 140. They're planning past the amount that they can possibly do. What they need to do is back off and think that they're going to end down here at a percentage of your 140 and then work up to what they're capable and then try to do a repetition max on top of this if they are to max out in order to get the most out of their body and the most out of their gain and the most out of their strength. Okay? That's safe. That's smart. That's just planning this thing out. So that's what we're going to do right now. So 5 by 5, going across, and we're going to use 140 pounds. 140 pounds. All right, so we want to work backwards, right? So 86% is 120, and I already did the math. I have little tools to help me do this. So 115, 105, and then 90, okay? 120 is a lot different than 140, okay? And that's week 4. Okay? This is where you want to do a times 3 plus. So you're trying to hit 7 reps there, anything over 3. You're trying to hit as many reps as you can. You might hit 10. If you came in at 120, if your 1 rep max was 140, and you hit 5 reps of 120, that'll be 140 pounds. But let's say that you got 8 reps. At 120, your new 1 rep max would be 151, or at 152. So you would have gone up 12 pounds in your 1 rep max. You see how this all works out? And at first, this stuff isn't going to make sense. I'm going to keep on hammering the math of strength until the fitness industry decides to get on board with this stuff, because this is the safe way to go about it. This is the smart way to go about it, and anybody who denies the math will suffer the consequences. All right, what about week 2 or week 3? So we know that we're going to work backwards. So week 3, we're going to go. Week 3, we're going to go 81, 81, 76, 66. Okay, so that's going to be 115, 115, 105. And 90. okay? These look similar, okay? 115, 115, just a little bit below our 140-pound 1 rep max so that we can capitalize on here. We're trying to get the body to trust us, okay? We want to get the body to trust us. All right, then week 2, we're going to go 61, 71, 76, 76. So 76, 76, 71, 61. All right, and so the numbers there are going to be 105, 105. We're going to hit 2 sets of 105. We're going to end at 2 sets of 105, 100, and then we're going to start out, open up with 85 for our first working set. And that'll be the same for week 1. It's not it's really not all that complicated. We're just backing off here, okay? So 105 and 140 don't look anything even close to each other. Okay, 105 and 140 are not the same. That's 35 pounds different, right? And even when we get to week 4, it's like, well, we should have been stronger by week 4. You should be able to do more than your 1 rep max. Well, 120 times 5 is your 1 rep max. And so if you can get 7 reps, then you did beat your 1 rep max. But if you get here and think you're going to do 140 for a 3+, you will not even get 140 because you probably did that on week 1 and week 2 also. That burns you out for week 4 to completely destroy your whole system. Okay? If you do the math, good things happen on week 4. You don't get hurt. You get the progress. You get the fat loss. You get the tone. You get the strength. Okay? If you do not do the math, you suffer the consequences because you will burn your body, your nervous system out on week 1. You'll try to make up for it on week 2. You won't. You'll just burn it further. Week 3, you'll wonder what the hell is going on, but you'll end with a weight that's heavier than, you'll end with like 135, but you only get 1 or 2 reps. And then week 4, you won't even get close. You wonder, like, why didn't it happen for me? And I'll tell you why it didn't happen for you, because you didn't plan from the beginning and you want to start here and work your way back. Okay? So that's how you convert this out. Okay, that's a 4x5 conversion from a front squat to a split squat into a system that will actually make you gain strength. Okay, you have to quantify this stuff. If you don't quantify this stuff, you fall to pieces. And it's really simple. You're going from 61% of your 1 rep max to 86% of your 1 rep max. Okay, even though 88% of your 1 rep max is a 5 rep max, so you're probably just a little bit above that. I don't know, what's 140 times 0.88. Yeah, 123.2. So it's just a little bit above that. But we want to use a repetition max, not the other way around. This is the math of strength. You have to follow a system. You have to follow a system if you want to get strong. You have to follow a system if you don't want to get hurt. You have to follow a system if you want to get, if you want to make progress. And this is how you do it. Okay? The math of strength is that you're going to start here, work backwards, and you're going to work up to the strength that you can, not past the strength that you cannot. Because most people are going to go 140, even if they do work backwards, they're going to be like they're going to work forwards. And they're going to be like, okay, I think I can do 125. I think I can do 135. I think I can do 145. I think I can do 155. Do you notice how we didn't even get close to 155? Okay, because they burn themselves out along the way. So you have to get more clear on this. And if you're interested in learning how and having us do this for you, just hop on a call. It's gritgym.com/SS, and we will get you signed up for a strategy session there, where it's a free one-on-one, where we sit down 30 minutes and we figure out this kind of stuff. What works best for you, how it's going to work for you, and then you can use that to make your progress in your day-to-day. Okay, so that's how we do this for the front squat. And for the initial front squat, like let's say that you have front squats in your program right now and you're using the 200, well, we can switch that around pretty quick because I can just do the percentages for you real quick. So it's 86%, 81%, what is that, 76%? 76%, and then 66%. All right, and then we're going to go down 81%, 81%, 81%, and then 76, 66, 76, 66, and then we're going to go down again, 76, 76, 71, 61. And then week 1 will be the same, 71, 76, 76. All right. And if you notice, these numbers are the same. It's because straight sets work very, very well for squats. Okay? Squats, bench, squats and bench, not deadlift, work really well for straight sets. Deadlifts do not work here. Okay? So we want to get coax it, adapt, and then we want to hit it hard. And then on week 4, we want to take advantage of this for a set of 3+, and we want to hit as many reps as we can. And you will see, if you follow this, you will make progress past what you thought you could if you back off up front for the first 3 weeks. But if you're interested in learning more about this, get signed up for a strategy session. A strategy session is going to be the best way that you can possibly get your start. Okay, gritgym.com/SS, sign up for a strategy session there. We will sit down, we'll get on the phone. You do not have to be in the Grit Gym location for us to do this. We can do this over the phone. We can do this if you're in Istanbul. And we can sit down and we can figure out what's the math need to look like for you, for where your strength levels are, for where you are right now. You need to sign up for a strategy session. Because this just gets so much easier when you're just one-on-one with a person. But this is the math of strength. You want to be getting you want to be working up to, not past what you're capable of. You don't want to go, 88%, 90%, 105%, 110%. 110% of anything is bullshit anyway. But anyway, to get us to do this for you, go to gritgym.com/SS and get signed up for a strategy session. That's it for today. Who's been on here? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon.